Hey everybody, welcome back to my home kitchen. It's Lori with the Produce Moms. We are going to show you a very simple and delicious one skillet meal showcasing the EverCrisp apple. I love figuring out ways to use apples beyond my favorite way, which is just eating them out of hand. They're like the world's perfect fast food and the original snack, I'm convinced. It's pretty obvious how to use them in like desserts, and they're great in desserts. But I also love using them in savory dishes, and that's exactly what we're going to demonstrate for you today with this one skillet meal. So let me get this started here, bring it up to temperature. Our ingredients are, like I said, the EverCrisp apple. The EverCrisp apple is a mixture of, or a hybrid, I should say, of everybody's favorite, the Honeycrisp, and the Fuji. So if you like sweet apples, you are going to love the EverCrisp. So we're gonna get some olive oil cooking up here. Get that to temperature. And as that's warming up, I'll go ahead and dice up some of these EverCrisp apples. Our ingredients for this one skillet meal, we've already pre-cooked some boneless, skinless chicken breast that we cubed. We have some crispy bacon that's crumbled up. In the skillet, we are going to add some broccoli florets, sweet potatoes, onions. We'll get those kind of cooking together first, and then we'll add a little bit of minced garlic and the EverCrisp apples. You're gonna love, you don't have to peel the apples. Don't you love that? So go ahead and just cut up some cubes here. And we'll go ahead and do kind of a small dice, like a 1/2 inch size dice. And this is coming to temperature quickly, and it is ready. We're gonna add our red onion, get those cooking. And then we will add, after those get going a little bit, we'll season it with a little salt, just to help those onions start sweating. And we've got a sweet potato here that we have peeled and diced. The peel is a discretionary step, like you do you. We all understand, time is limited. Get that cooking. And again, it's another pretty small dice. I mean, we're gonna have this come to temperature quickly. If you want to use bigger dices, you can. It's just, you're gonna need a little bit longer on the cook time, okay? End to end, as long as you have your proteins pre-cooked, this is no more than 10 minutes. And a great, quick, easy step for you, boneless, skinless chicken breast is often sold in the freezer department. You could just thaw and eat. It's fully cooked, the way that they sell it. That's something that I always have in my kitchen for nights when we need a quick meal on the table. This is a great meal because it literally it's full of your fruit and veggie servings. We're gonna add some broccoli florets here. And then these are we're just gonna let it simmer for a little bit, and then I'm actually gonna add a little bit of chicken stock. So let's let all of the veggies come to temperature. You'll know the colors will get more vibrant. The onions will start to become translucent. We've already added some salt, so we'll crack some pepper here. Seasoning in layers is a great way to really naturally enhance flavors. The only other flavors we're gonna add, some ground thyme, and we also have some ground cinnamon. Whatever flavors you want though, in terms of spices, that cinnamon and thyme is just gonna add some nice earthiness and warmth. Okay, so the veggies are heating up. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of the chicken stock. I'm just using a pre-made one. You could also use veggie stock if you'd like. Okay, and then that cooking liquid is going to come to a boil. I added about a cup probably. You want to coat the bottom of the pan. And then we will add, when we add the the apples here. We're gonna let this come to a boil, and then once it starts boiling, we'll add back in the apple. We'll add the apples, we'll add the garlic, we'll let it kind of simmer again, and then we'll add the fully cooked proteins, okay? Go ahead and dice up another one of these EverCrisp. I'm a huge fan of sweet apples. Alex is with me in the kitchen today. I'm gonna put her on the hot seat. Alex, what kind of apples do you like? Sweet, tart, or a nice balance?
Ooh, honestly, I like the crunchy ones. Something with a good amount of crunch.
Well, have you?
Sweet is fabulous, also.
Yeah. So the EverCrisp is great. It's got the crunch and that zip of the Honeycrisp, and it's got that sweetness of the Fuji. All right, and that's probably good. I'm gonna save those other 2 Honeycrisp to enjoy my favorite way, which is just to eat them out of hand. It's a really great apple variety. I'm all about, you know, I mean, when I sold fresh produce to grocery stores, it was amazing to me. We had a huge warehouse at Indie Fruit, and we had an entire cooler dedicated to just apples. That's how many apple varieties exist. And there's definitely, I mean, explore it. Get outside your comfort zone, because there's no such thing as there's really no such thing as a bad choice in fruits and vegetables. And so many of these newer apple varieties, like the Honeycrisp, I mean, flavor like you've never experienced. And I know that you like Honeycrisp, and chances are you like Fuji too. They're like one of the sweetest, best apples. So a mix of those 2 apples together, the EverCrisp is a winner. All right, so we have been stirring a little, but the liquid here is starting to boil. So we'll go ahead at this point, we'll add the spices. You can smell those right away when they hit the heat. Smell that? Mm-hmm. I know our viewers can't, but I wish you could. And then I'm just using this squeezy garlic. I mean, hello, mom's best friend. So, all right, let's let that kind of come together, and then we'll add in the star of the dish, the EverCrisp apples. Apple and cinnamon is it's a classic combo. And that thyme really helps bring out the savory side. You know, it's a savory way to appreciate the apple. Looks so good. It smells amazing. Another way that you can speed up this recipe is just use your lid. And that will really help it come to temperature quicker. And what you're looking for is for those sweet potatoes to be done. Okay, let's check it out. Ah, it's perfect, you guys. And those potatoes, they are fork tender. I can get the wooden spoon right through them. So that's when you know everything has had a chance to cook up the way you want. All about speeding this process up by just putting your lid on the skillet. Okay, so now the only thing that's left to do is to add the protein. And again, totally optional step here. If you want it to be a complete plant-based meal, for sure, just as it is right now, this is delicious. Serve it over rice, serve it on its own. Or you could add, if you want to add a plant-based protein, you could certainly add some walnuts or some, you know, your favorite legumes or beans. We've got this pre-cooked chicken breast, so we're going to add that. I'm going to go for about 1 pound. I think I had about 2 pounds here cooked, so about half of that. Yum. So good. And you could absolutely add more chicken stock if you feel like you need to. Like if all the cooking liquid evaporated, you could certainly add more. I don't really think I need to add any more though. So I'm going to keep it as is. Those EverCrisp apples are just perfect, like an al dente too. A little bit more firm than the sweet potato because we added them at that last cooking step. And then we've got some crunchy bacon here. Put that on for flavor and for texture. Yum. And this is an awesome dish to serve, like I said, over rice, alone. And what a fun way to use apples in a savory, one skillet meal that I know moms like me, households like mine, like, we need more ideas like this because nobody's got time for dirty dishes. So anyway, with that, I'd like to say thank you to our brand partners, at Applewood Fresh. They grow the delicious EverCrisp apple. Look for it in the grocery store. If your grocer does not carry it, you can ask for it by name. Like I said, it's a natural hybrid of two of everyone's favorites. Honeycrisp, Fuji equals EverCrisp. So enjoy this great time of year. There's so many good varieties in the produce department. Look for the EverCrisp apple. Make this one skillet meal. Tag us in Applewood Fresh when you post it on Instagram. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.